Odie here is struggling because she's got this bully stick. I'm going to hold it for you, Odie, and let you chew on it while I hold on to it, while I explain what passive training is. Now, a lot of us like to pet our dogs, and it's therapeutic to pet our dogs. It's actually very helpful. However, what your dog is doing is really important. Most of us have a lot of commands for our dogs, command words for our dogs' commands. Now, I just got done going over this off camera, but like a lot of us will say come here, over here boy, tap our thigh, whistle, and say the dog's name. Now the dog has to listen for 7, 8, 9 words, and we have 10 different commands. That's a whole lot to remember. So what I like to do is just use a single command word. Now, the hard training a dog, you have to kind of lure and manipulate the dog into a particular position. In this little training video, we're going to go over how you can train your dog simply by petting it. It is the easiest way to ever pet your dog, to train your dog. So all we're going to do, you okay, buddy? You got a little reverse sneeze going on? So everything your dog is doing when you pet it is what you're reinforcing. So if you just simply pay attention to what your dog is doing and reward it for doing desired actions and behaviors, you can train your dog and reinforce it. Dogs don't generalize very well. They have to do something in 40 to 80 different versions before they can actually start to generalize. So what I like to do is every time a dog does something that I want it to do, I simply pet it within a 3-second window and say the command word. Salute. See, that's a Spanish way of saying bless you. So let's say that Odie came over and walked over to me on her own accord. I didn't ask her to, she just came over. If I pet her within that 3-second window and then say, come, and then later on she comes to me when I'm sitting on the couch and I do the same thing, well now, every time I hear the word come, it's associated with getting petted while I'm near the human. After enough repetitions, then I'm laughing because your dog's almost going to get his head caught in the bag. There we go. The dogs learn through repetition, consistency, and good timing. So if every time the dog comes to you, you pet it and say the word come, now you're associating the act with the command word, with the reward, and putting it all in context for the dogs. If I say, Tiana said to you over and over again, you don't speak Spanish, you don't know what I mean. But if I say Tiana said, put it in context, it makes it easier to understand. Additionally, most of us use command words as almost a buzzkill for our dog. We're at the dog park, and the dog's having a great time. And then we say, come. The dog comes to us, we pet it, and then we take it and we leave the dog park. Well, you just buzzkilled me. I was having a great time in the dog park. Now you said come, and now that means the end of fun now. So every time your dog comes to you, you want to pet it and say come, or here, if that's your word. Every time this dog sits on its own, pet it and say sit. Every time it lays down, pet it and say crash is the word I like to use. I taught my dog to stretch this way. Every time he'd stretch, I would pet him and say stretch right afterwards. Now I can say stretch. He sticks his butt in the air, waggles his tail, stands up and goes, woo! And he'll do it 10 times in a row. All I did was simply recognize it and rewarded him. Now, something I mentioned, the Guardian, patting a dog on top of the head like this actually can create a nose down orientation. Insecure dogs have their nose down. Proud dogs have a nose parallel to the ground or tilted upward. So whenever possible, I like to try to pet under the chin and facilitate that nose up orientation. Now, if the dog's butt is here and its head is here, you can scratch the butt too. But if all things are equal, try to get in the habit of scratching your dog under its neck and saying the command word. Just say the command word as well. A lot of people say good sit. Dogs key on the first sound that they hear. So if you say good sit, good come, good lay down, good potty, you're keying the dog's keying on the wrong word. So just say sit, come, down, stay, whatever it is. Do it within 3 seconds of the dog doing it. And if you do it with enough repetition, after a while, you say sit or you say come, the dog comes running because it just means come to my human and get a little bit of a reward. Passive training is the easiest thing you can do to train your dog if you get in the habit of doing it. It'll take you about a month to get in the habit. But after that, every time you pet your dog, you're training it without even thinking about it. This is what I like to call passive training.